This was a very, very, very interesting game here because we saw the return. We saw the return of a person that we had hoped was gone. We saw the return of a person by the name of Passive Paige. We saw the return of Passive Paige Bueckers. And Arike for the Dallas Wings, fantastic. I want to say Owak Kuier, I thought was really good. Jess Shepherd tried. For the Atlanta Dream, Alicia Gray, spectacular. And Angel Reese, really good. Really good. Paige Bueckers with, I will say, potentially the worst performance of her career. She just did cardio. Like, it's as simple as that. Paige Bueckers did cardio. She just did cardio. Odyssey Sims, minus 15. A whack plus 9. They, we literally saw a team where Jess Shepherd was having to go ISO because Paige Bueckers was refusing to look at the basket. And of course, by the way, Paige Bueckers in garbage time. In garbage time. It was like she, of course, in garbage time, she runs and makes sure she gets the rebound. She runs and makes sure she gets the rebound so that she can run up and shoot a 3 while the Dream aren't even playing defense to cut the lead from 8-5. This is the word. Like, I don't even think you can say Paige even tried. Like, I don't even think Paige tried to win this game. I actually genuinely don't think she tried to win this game. I think she missed a couple of shots early and then said, you know what, it's just not my night. It's just not my night. She is literally just blended in. And not only that, she's not a very good defender. So she got cooked. She got absolutely cooked. She got completely cooked. She went 7 minutes of court time without shooting the ball. She went 7 minutes. As well as that for the Wings. Alana Smith, dear Lord. Dear Lord, what were they thinking? $1.2 million for Alana Smith. Thank God the Fever dodged a bullet. Give me freedom, give me fire, give me fee or I retire. Shout out Correlation for just tweeting that. Holy shit. At least Jess Shepherd does something. At least Jess Shepherd does something. Like, at least she does something. She at least was like, you know what, I'm going to go and I'm going to run. I'm going to go and at least try. I'm going to go out and make sure that, make sure we go out swinging, to be honest. Because she at least tried to win that game. She failed miserably, but she tried. That's what I will always give credit to Isaiah James in this game. 2 of 10. She tried. She tried to create her own shot. Paige Bueckers just did cardio while playing no defense. She did cardio. And I would rather see a player be inefficient than doing cardio. Especially if you're not a good defender. Like, 3 assists, no turnovers. Cool. She didn't turn the ball over. Why? Because she didn't even attempt. She didn't attempt to make anything that might have been considered more than a 2 out of 10 risky pass. Like, it is scary. It is actually scary. This was not a, like, she refused to shoot. She refused to shoot. Like, she flat up. It's not that she couldn't. She just did cardio. Atlanta are a good defensive team. Yes, but she didn't even try. There's a difference. There's a difference. She was -7 in a game where they lost by 5. They were better. They were +2 when she was off the floor. They were fine. they were fine when she was off the floor. And again, it doesn't really matter too much. At one stage, they were plus, at one stage, I think they were plus 6. She was like minus 9, or she was minus 11. They were plus 6 when she was off the floor. Like, this is the worst, in my opinion, this is the worst performance of her career. And we're putting, like, I was very harsh on Caitlin Clark for her performance. Because what we saw was a player who looked not quite with it. We saw a lot of switching off. Paige Bueckers just got cooked, man. She got cooked every possession. Like, Ryan Howard just missed open threes. She missed open threes. She went 1 of 9. They were all open. Ryan Howard got whatever she wanted. They just didn't go in. She got burned so many times by Jordan Canada. It's not even funny. They had to take her off Jordan Canada because she was just getting ran past. Like, this was one of these things where this was, in my opinion, the worst game of Paige Bueckers' career. I think the Wings are a legitimate team because of their depth. I mean this. A whack Isaiah James, Maddie Seegers, who only playing 8 minutes is a disgrace. But like Maddie Seegers, a whack, Isaiah James, and AZ Foot is a really good bench. It's a really, really good bench. And I'll give credit where credit's due. That's a really good bench. But like, I'm sorry. Arike can't be the best player on your team if you're going to win. They shot 15% from 3. And by the way, again, Paige Bueckers shooting 50% from 3. The only reason she did that was because she made sure that she made sure to catch a rebound when there was 10 seconds to go. And the Dream had already won the game because they were up by 9 points. Or they were up by 8 points. And then run down the floor and shoot an open 3 in garbage time to make sure that she got her points up. Like, this is the fakest 15-point game ever. And I'm sorry, like, if I'm being real, I thought Caitlin was bad game 1. I said it. The one problem I had with Paige in game 1 is that Paige decided that she was not going to she was just not going to shoot the ball more than 10 times by shooting 80%. This was the worst game because Paige Bueckers' passiveness lost this game. It's as simple as that. Like, Alana Smith scoring 2 points, yes. It turns out Alana Smith might be shit. She might be really shit at basketball. It's okay. It happens. You sometimes sign a player as a team and realize they're not very good. That might be the case with Alana Smith. Paige Bueckers refusing to shoot the ball. She didn't shoot the ball for 8 minutes. And in those 8 minutes, in the 8 minutes of court time she was on the floor, the Wings went from being up 6 to down 6. She didn't shoot the ball. The Dream took complete control of a game. The Wings looked like they were going to win early. And she did not shoot the ball once. She didn't look at the basket. Like, she didn't even attempt to do it. And we saw Arike. I shit you not. Late in the game, it's still a ball game. There's 6 seconds to go on the shot clock. And Arike shot a running one-legged 35-footer. Arike needs to go into the same lab as Maisha Hines-Allen and donate her brain to science. Like, the two of them need to donate their brains to science because I don't have a fucking clue what's going on there. As skilled as Arike is, I don't know what the hell's going on up here. And I know what's going on up here with Paige. It is, I've missed a couple of shots. I'm done shooting. I've missed a couple of shots, so I'm done shooting. It's as simple as that. That is the mentality of Paige Bueckers. And it is genuinely, this was a terrible performance. This was a terrible, terrible performance. And the difference is between this performance and the Caitlin Clark performance in the last game. The difference between this and the Caitlin Clark performance is that Caitlin at least went down swinging. At least when it was all said and done, Caitlin Clark went down swinging. Caitlin Clark at least tried. She shot the 30-footer. She was willing to step up and take it. Paige wasn't. Paige was not willing to take anything down the stretch. She was willing to dribble the ball up the floor. And if you look at Paige Bueckers, she's not even looking at the basket. There's no aggressiveness. There's no attempt to drive. There's nothing. There is nothing. She went out in that game and cared more about not missing shots and not turning the ball over than she did about winning. It's as simple as that. She cared more about not turning the ball over than winning that game. Because sometimes to win a game, especially if you want to be, if you want to consider Paige to be on the level of a Caitlin Clark, which I do believe, skill-wise she is there, especially because I believe that Caitlin Clark might not be as good as she was a rookie. But even still, if you want to put Paige Bueckers in the Caitlin Clark convos, you hold her to Caitlin Clark standards. If Caitlin Clark refused to shoot the ball for an 8-minute spell and the Fever lost control completely in a game, and the difference is that she had the ball in her hand. She had the ball in her hand a lot. This is what Paige did the whole game. I'm going to go and we're going to use the edit pad. Sorry, where is it? Paint Online. Edit pad is my online notes app that I just use for video ideas. So we're going to bring a Paint Online. And this is what we're going to be showing you guys. This is all Paige Bueckers did for the entire second half. So we're going to draw the chord here. Halfway line. Here. 3-point line. There. This is what Paige Bueckers did for the whole second half. I'm going to dribble the ball up to the floor to here. I'm going to dribble here. Between this area here, I'm going to dribble while there's going to be some form of an action on the weak side happen. Then I'll pass the ball to the weak side and I'm just going to get the fuck out of the way. That's all she did. She dribbled the ball to 40 feet from the basket, watched an action happen on the weak side, and then passed the ball there and got the fuck out of the way. That's all she did in the second half. While her team was losing. And she played no defense. And she played zero defense. Like, zilch defense. Zilch defense. Like, absolutely zilch defense. And I'm going to be real here. If Paige Bueckers, if you could somehow combine Paige Bueckers and Enrique into one player, it would be the best player in the world. It would be the best player in the world if you could somehow do it. But I'm sorry, Paige Bueckers coming into, like, I don't care if she hit a garbage time 3 and her stat line looks acceptable. Caitlin Clark's stat line of 27-5 not only looked passable, acceptable, it looked absolutely incredible. This looks like an acceptable stat line. This was a pathetic game. Not only that, twice, not once, twice, other players got credited with her turnovers. Twice. It is very odd to see her throw a bad pass, it get her own player struggle to catch the pass, and then it go to the other team and see the player who barely got a hand on the ball get credit with the turnover. Like, this was easily, and I mean this, easily based on what the expectations are. Nobody was calling Paige Bueckers better than Caitlin Clark last year. Nobody was calling Paige Bueckers the best player in the one of the 5 best players in the WNBA last year. No one was calling her the best guard in the WNBA last year. Because that is now the standard that she is being held to. She is on that Caitlin Clark level. Her and Caitlin as guards. And now Alyssa Thomas suddenly now being the official point guard of the team. There is a level that there is a standard you get held to when you're being put in these conversations. And yes, she might have had worse games last year, but she wasn't being held to this standard. Paige Bueckers lost him this game. I'm going to say it. Paige Bueckers lost the Dallas Wings the game today. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. No question. If Paige Bueckers cared more about winning than being scared to miss shots, they win that game. That run that the Dream go on to take the lead doesn't happen.